Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Set List of Life with the former bandmates of Dolly Pursue. We have the whole band this evening. Tonight we have Aaron on guitar.
Hello, hello.
Christine on drums.
Hey.
Kirsten on keyboard.
Hello.
And I'm Leslie. I'm your vocalist for this evening. Tonight, our podcast will be based on the song Paris by Grace Potter. That was one of our often played songs.
That was a good
Grace
one.
Potter and the Nocturnals.
And the Nocturnals. I'm sorry, Nocturnals. I forgot about you.
Don't forget the Nocturnals.
I won't forget them anymore.
Everyone's important in a band.
It's
It's not just the singer.
Grace Potter
It's
not
show.
just the singer.
It's the Nocturnals.
I mean, we did Leslie Barton.
What are you guys talking about?
Oh, there's other people here? Oh.
Really?
All right.
Really?
We're not
Where's
the
my
star of the show.
Leslie and the Dum Dums.
Start off.
Grace Potter looks like Heidi Klum, if anyone knows or seen Grace Potter.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah, she's beautiful. She
sounds beautiful. I'd believe that.
She sounds beautiful.
Well, she sounds tough. Like
Yeah.
didn't expect her to look like Heidi Klum. I'm like, wow, that's
I bet
quite
Heidi
a combo.
Klum sounds tough when she sings.
Maybe,
Klum
I don't
scares
know.
me.
No, Heidi Klum doesn't sound tough.
I don't know. I never watched
Have you ever watched
Runway.
Project Runway?
I
Yeah,
never
she doesn't
have.
sound tough.
I never have. I have no idea what she sounds like.
Avita saying,
Mean, baby, but not tough.
okay.
All right.
All right. I'll give you that.
But to start off our international travel episode, I made moussaka for dinner tonight.
No way.
Wow.
Which is why I was late.
So what
it took forever.
What are you,
call it
Greek? What
moussaka.
inspired that?
An eggplant.
An eggplant.
Well, there's not too much to do with an eggplant that's not difficult. And I was thinking moussaka is not difficult.
Okay, that's not what we call it back home, but okay.
Because you're Greek.
I am Greek.
But
What do you call it? What do you call it
it
if you're Greek?
Moussaka.
Oh, moussaka. Well, it's
Moussaka,
probably,
okay.
I say baklava wrong too. It's baklava,
But anyway, so tell
right?
us.
Okay.
Tell us.
Anyway,
Tell us.
oh no, so I was like, I can do this because it's the individual parts aren't hard. It's just all the parts. And then you got to put it together. And so it came out very nicely, but it just took me like 10 times longer than I
You
thought.
didn't
so
bring
I
us
was late.
leftovers?
I did. I had no idea you guys were moussaka fans.
I've never had
Moussaka.
moussaka.
I would eat
Moussaka
anything,
fans.
but yes, any Greek food.
I like
is my
eggplant,
thing.
and I like Greek food, but I've never had moussaka.
And I have to say, I didn't know you were Greek. Like,
Look at my maiden name, which is shorter than what it used to be. So it really probably wouldn't mean anything to you.
okay.
But
So it
yes,
doesn't
yes,
help.
I
One
am.
of those.
I was actually
Interesting.
almost named Athena. So
I think,
That's
okay, I
cool.
think I did know that, but I don't know why I never put it together that you were Greek.
yep, sure am.
Interesting. And I find that I say that word a lot. There's going to be a drinking game made up.
Interesting.
I do that a
Interesting.
lot. You've
I
noticed.
do too.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I as well use interesting a lot.
But I
Yeah.
find things interesting.
Because I like that word.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
But
a
I
good
say
word.
it though. I've noticed when I listen to our podcast. So there's a new drinking game every time I say interesting. You can take a
Do we
shot.
all say interesting though? Because like
don't
three
feel
syllables.
that I
'Cause some
do.
people say interesting.
Oh.
But
Why
I
do
do
I say
not.
interesting? I
You
say-
do?
yeah.
Oh, okay. It's interesting.
The Greek.
Is it really?
And I don't say it like that. That's my point.
Oh, that's funny.
Funny.
Yeah, I think I do say it with four.
Now we're all going to be
Now I gotta really
like,
think this through.
Every time I say it,
Analyzing the way we say words.
Oh, she's
Another-
she's a
four-syllable.
four-syllable.
Another
Interesting.
weird one is important.
Oh, because people leave out the T in there.
Most people say important.
Important. Ugh,
I
drives
say
me
Yeah,
nuts.
important.
yeah.
Important.
You know, my
Important.
pet peeve is the word is supposedly.
Oh, yes.
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
Oh, when people say supposedly, it drives me up a wall. That is not a word. Supposedly. Yeah. I can't say a lot of
Or
words.
all
so.
intents and purposes? Is all intensive? People say all intensive purposes, but that's not
They're
what
very
you're supposed to say.
intensive.
funny.
Very, very
But that-
intensive.
yeah.
I used to have a
That's
thing
another
for
one.
when people would say learnt,
Learnt.
which is correct in other parts of the world, but it just would like
That sounds like a
Don't do that.
that
Yeah.
sounds like a Western Pennsylvania thing.
Learnt. And that's actually how you spell it, and it would be correct. Learnt.
Oh. I didn't know it was proper anywhere.
We need my
English.
my
yeah.
linguistic
Across the pond.
Gotcha.
my linguistic son should be here speaking.
So I have a funny story that my son, one of my kids told me last week that he was talking to a German girl and he said the word tractor and she said, do you have a Southern accent? Because they think it's tractor.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
He was like, yeah, he's like, no. No, that would be tractor.
You got it wrong, honey.
Yeah, it's just tractor.
darling.
Tractor. Yeah.
Gotta get her done down on the tractor.
Tractor. I thought that was funny.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, anyway,
Right.
let's get
Sure,
back to the
we're already
whole.
digressing.
The whole point of this was our travels.
Oh, we're
not
travels.
our-
I just got back
our
from
linguistics.
3 fantastic days of college visits.
Oh, see, that's going to be me
5
next week. So
5
do tell.
colleges
Do
in
tell.
3 days.
Okay,
So
where'd
did
you
you
go?
go?
Where'd you go?
Any
So
place interesting?
fantastic sarcastically, or were they actually
Well,
fantastic?
no. Some of them were some of them were, some of them not so much. I'll be completely honest. It highly depended on the guide of the tour.
It
always does.
We everyone in my family, including JJ and Chris and I, who are not going to college, really, really liked Wake Forest.
Oh, okay.
We had a fantastic.
Bryn applied there.
Yeah, it's a fantastic.
It's beautiful.
Guide. Hopefully, you get Preston.
Well, no, we're.
Oh, you're not going to visit that
we're
one?
not going to
Oh.
visit. So.
Well, anyway, I'm giving a shout out to Preston. He did a good job. Chris might have a slight crush on Preston.
Okay. Okay.
No, he did a really good job, and really made you feel like this is a great place to be.
Yeah, it is.
The young lady who we had at East Carolina, not so much. In fact, we almost. And I'm a very polite person. I don't like walk out of things. I don't leave. I suffer through. And I almost just said in the library, let's just
just
hit
ditch.
this, because
Yeah.
she was so bad. I've never. Oh
Just
my
a
gosh.
bad attitude, or just
No,
monotonous,
okay, well,
or
first
didn't
of
want
all-
to be there.
Like her delivery?
She did not. She came across as rather vapid. So it didn't even you're thinking. Okay, this person goes here.
Okay, so it's
the
not like
standard- yeah. But she
No,
she
you don't
said,
think like, oh, these kids are go
so
getters.
she was like, okay, so this is a fountain. It's not like anything. It's just a fountain. Okay. And I'm not kidding. That was actually something she said. She pointed out something she knew nothing about or really
And
had
then just
nothing to
made
do
a
with the tour. It was just
comment
sort of
that-
like someone just stuck her out there and she was looking around for things to comment on.
Was it like their spring break, and so they had to go to their D-string?
No, everybody was there.
Oh.
She just wasn't.
that wouldn't make me feel good about the whole
No,
place.
and then she said, parents, I know you're not going to like this, but okay, you got to take girls, because it was all girls in our group. Girls, you have to take this class because it's an easy A. I didn't go to class once and I didn't study at all. And I aced it. Like she's telling the kids.
Wow.
And you're going, okay, all right.
Okay,
all right,
yeah.
and the parents are like, I'm not sending my kid to this school.
Did you give feedback?
I'm
to
gonna
the- I
I'm
would've
gonna
given
talk to your manager.
Yeah, right, yeah.
She even commented, she's like, okay, if you'd like to say something good about this tour, feel free to go to the website. And if you didn't like it, well, don't. Like,
Oh, did she say that?
She did actually say that. So, yes. So I'm sure it's a fine school.
just would
they
know.
Need, they need to
They
get
need to
their
up
act
their-
together in their.
Your focus is no
Admissions
longer
office.
on the environment in the school. It's on this sucks.
Yeah.
Because I used to do tour. I used to give tours at Bucknell, and they trained us.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I
did
think-
tours in college too, and they trained us very
right,
well.
right.
We would never
At
be
Penn
like
State,
that.
if you're a Lion ambassador, it's you
You're-
wear a uniform.
yeah.
You have
It's
a
very
it's
professional.
very professional. I wouldn't say any of the tours we went on had that level of professionalism. But most of the kids were good kids, and well spoken
and knew just what's appropriate and what's
right,
not.
right. This
Yeah.
one just was and and she was a freshman.
Oh, well, that's
They usually don't have
Yeah,
freshmen.
no, because
Yeah.
you need to know the school better. Okay, so where else did you go?
So we did Virginia Tech, we did NC State, High Point.
Oh, High Point's supposed to be beautiful. It's very small though.
It's brand spanking new. Everything is new. It kind of looks like Epcot.
Really?
Yeah, there's
I knew
fountains
it. I
everywhere.
just
I mean,
heard it
it's
was really
brand
pretty.
new.
I never knew it was brand new.
There's a fountain.
There's lots of fountains.
It doesn't do anything.
It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
It's a fountain.
It's like a
Oh, and then there were 2 fountains she pointed out. The second fountain,
that one doing anything.
the second fountain isn't on. Okay, it's a wall fountain, and no one knows. There was an old guy who built it, and then he died, and no one knows how to turn it on. And I'm not kidding you. And we're all
That's a truck when you need it, because I'm sure somebody on that truck can turn it on.
and I'm sitting there
my
going,
God.
there's not one adult at this entire university
It's wanting to send their kids here.
figure out how to turn on the fountain. Like it was not a good representation.
No, that's not really putting your best foot forward.
No. But I'm sure, again, I'm not dissing the school.
No, I'm sure it's very nice. They just
lovely.
need to be more selective.
We had not a very good tour guide.
They need to pay those tour guides a little bit more.
a little bit more.
We didn't get paid.
No,
were
we did,
all
I did
volunteer.
it too, and we didn't get paid. We just did it like for resume fodder.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we did those because we'd seen others in that area the first time through, and then we basically drew a 4-hour radius.
Yeah.
Right.
Because Bryn applied and got into NC State and Wake Forest were her 2 down there. We didn't.
Ava liked
Do
both
any
of
of the
those.
others.
In order, Wake Forest, NC State, Virginia Tech.
Oh.
Yeah, Bryn didn't like Virginia Tech. But I think it's because other reasons.
Right.
But yeah.
But yeah, so she'll probably like both of them. They're both beautiful campuses, lots of good sports. You can't beat Wake.
Yeah.
It's
beautiful.
It's beautiful, and they have D1 sports and
What does she want to major in?
some kind of marketing probably. So it was a lovely trip, and then we'll do a northern loop later. But where are you guys headed?
So we now she has narrowed it down to 4.
Okay.
So we are doing, tomorrow is the UVA Admitted Students Day for the kinesiology.
Oh, okay.
department.
Yeah.
And other departments too, but kinesiology only does Fridays. So we're going there tomorrow. Then Sunday, we're going to hit NC State. She's decided against Wake Forest and Richmond because they're too small.
Gotcha.
So then Tuesday, we do Pitt. No, Wednesday, we do Pitt. Thursday, we do Syracuse. Friday, we do Bucknell. Only
Very
because she
good.
has to, and we're going to spend the weekend with Jack.
Not that I want to throw anything in there, but Wake isn't as small as I thought it was.
It's off the list.
Really?
It doesn't have a major.
Oh, well, there you go.
that's-
That's something entirely.
That's an easy off the list. Yeah.
I mean, she could major in bio there,
Right.
but that's why Bucknell and Richmond are off the list too.
Right.
So,
That makes sense.
and I think it's between Syracuse, Pitt, and UVA.
There you go.
I think NC State is probably a no, but she feels like she should see it just
Yeah.
to see it. So we'll see. And then hopefully next week or the week after, I'll have an answer.
That'd be nice to have that over with.
Since she only has a few weeks.
Yeah. No. Well,
It'll all work out.
But
for the
there's a
best.
good chance she'll be wearing orange and blue, unless Pitt wins somehow.
well, Pitt could.
for Syracuse.
Pittsburgh's a lovely
Syracuse
city.
is orange,
If I do say so
but they have
myself.
blue. It is a lovely city, and she hasn't seen Syracuse yet, but she's seen Pitt and UVA. And when she was at both of those,
Oh,
she definitely
okay.
was more comfortable at Pitt.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
But UVA is UVA. So
Plus, my mom can always bring her muffins and a toad to lick.
There's a
toad
and to lick.
You have the
There's
pig that you
that.
hit with a hammer, and now you're licking a toad. Wait, you need to back up here. I don't understand that at all.
Past episodes.
I don't think I was there.
I
Maybe
thought
she
you were
wasn't.
with us. I thought she was.
to
No?
lick?
I thought
Maybe
you
I'm
were
having
there. You
memory
asked her
problems.
about it.
Yeah,
you were the one who asked
the
her about
remedy
it.
episode.
Oh, I was there.
My mom has all these home remedies.
That's
Yep.
right. The licking the toad. Okay, I'm
Toad licker.
I've had a long week. I can't remember anything.
No worries.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I'm worn out from all the moussaka. Oh, no, I
Moussaka.
can't say it.
The
Moussaka.
moo.
Moussaka.
Do you have any left over?
Yeah, I do have some left over. Although I will say the bechamel did not set up real well, so it's kind of moussaku.
Did your
soup.
kids like it?
Oh, they loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it was a little soupy. Yeah, but it was tasty, just a little soupy.
soupy.
It didn't
That's
set.
okay.
It's supposed to set,
Yeah.
but
No, yeah.
whatever. Anyhow, but everybody, you guys have been traveling lately, haven't you? Or you're going somewhere next week?
I'm going to Puerto Rico on Sunday.
Look
I
at
a
you.
week.
did not know that.
All right.
I barely leave Virginia. You're going to Puerto Rico.
Just the two of you, or
My husband has business there. And it's my 13-year-old spring break. So it would be just the three of us, but we're bringing my mother-in-law. So
Good times.
okay. So anyway,
Yeah.
but it'll be good. But we're going to be in Rincon, which is a little sleepy little surf town on the western coast.
Okay.
And
Have you been there before?
no, I've never. My husband's been to San Juan a few times, and he's driven like around the island.
I thought you were going to say he's driven to the island. In which
No.
case I was going to say, I don't
He
think
did
he's
not drive
actually
to
been
the
there.
island. He drove around
That's
the
not.
island.
That's just little Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
That's not the big one.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
That's pretend Puerto
That's
Rico.
pretend. Did I ever tell you the story when I was mistaken for the Puerto Rican princess?
No, but that sounds like a good one.
Yes.
Do tell.
So my
Puerto Rican.
You could really write a book.
Did I ever tell you about the time
should.
when I was mistaken for the Puerto
So
Rican
my-
princess?
She just throws it out there.
one of my best friends from college was getting married in Lancaster, Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Familiar
and
with
it was a fall wedding, and we were all at this historic place. I don't know if people still do this, but remember, like, the bride and the bridesmaids all went somewhere to get dressed together and get their makeup and hair done.
Yeah.
Like, you all went together. So it was the place that we'd gone to get our makeup and hair done and to get dressed. And then we were to take a trolley from that place to the actual church for the service.
Right.
And you have to understand, my friend was, like, as most brides are, very nervous about how the day was going.
I'm sure.
Yes.
So we had full-length brown satin bridesmaids gowns, right? So like a strapless, fitted,
Sounds
full-length
pretty.
brown satin bridesmaids gowns, and we all had to have all our hair was done the same way, and that 90s updo that everybody did, that kind of braid bun on top of your head, that like pineapple-y looking.
Oh, yeah.
Where you pulled your hair up real tight, and then you had like a bubbly bun.
Oh, yeah. I know
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
On the
I do
top
know
of your
what you
head. And so I was all done up, and
You had to have your hair all done the same way?
yeah,
It's part of the look.
it was part of the look.
But
Yeah.
what if your hair wasn't long?
We all had long.
You had- you
it
had
worked
to.
out.
All right,
It
you
worked
wouldn't have
out.
been selected as a bridesmaid if you had the wrong
Christine,
hair.
it happened. It's done with. It's okay.
After this, I will share my bridesmaid horror story. So go ahead.
Okay.
So
I just am having flashbacks. That's all.
we're running out of. Now it's getting late, and she's nervous that we're not going to make it to the church on time. And she
ticking.
sends me out to find out where this trolley is, because the trolley hasn't arrived yet.
Okay.
And I walk outside, and it turns out it was the day of the Puerto Rican parade
Oh, really?
in Lancaster.
in Lancaster.
And
Oh,
they
that
had
was very fancy.
so and they had blocked the
large
street
population
off.
there?
They had blocked the street off so that the trolley couldn't get through.
oh, so
Amish.
that's where the trolley. Why
Yeah,
it
they
wasn't
have.
coming
I
through.
believe there's a large.
There must be if they're having a.
Yeah, there's a large
If
Puerto
there's a
Rican
princess.
representation in Lancaster. Anyway, so Puerto Rican Day Parade, trolley can't get through. I can see the trolley on the other side of the parade, and so of course I'm like, okay, something's got to be done about this. So I go to look for a policeman so he can stop the parade and let the trolley through. So I'm actually now walking through the parade,
Oh, okay. So
all dolled up,
fancy.
like.
Naturally.
And everyone's
And-
like, woo!
And a little girl goes, Mommy, it's the Puerto Rican princess. And I, snapped to it and just did the princess wave.
Why, yes.
Like, I'll take that.
I'll take that.
I'll take that.
I will be the Puerto Rican princess of the day.
Yeah. And then I found a policeman, and he got the trolley through. We made it there
Because
on
you
time.
were the Puerto Rican princess.
Because, well,
But you used your
who
connection.
doesn't
No.
stop the parade for the Puerto Rican princess?
Well, yes. If anyone.
Although I think I may have stole the thunder from the actual Puerto Rican princess.
Actual Puerto
That's
Rican
okay.
I was the
princess
people's
pissed.
princess, is what it was.
You didn't need any fancy, like,
You just took her down. a peg
convertible
or
to
two.
ride in, or you
Yeah,
just
no,
were
no.
the people's princess
No.
walking
Oh,
around the
my
parade.
gosh.
Puerto Rican princess. I can probably have her send some pictures of that day so you could see
Oh, I want to
Okay.
see.
Yeah, I would like to see that.
how I was.
If you're listening,
mistaken.
Leslie's
well,
friend.
I had a full length satin
Well,
gown
and-
in the middle of a parade. Who else could I be?
And you, I mean, Eva Longorio is
Yes.
your
That's right. You can pull it
doppelganger,
off.
so there is
Yes.
Hispanic in you there.
Probably. Who knows? So yeah, that's my
That's
Puerto Rican
awesome.
princess story.
Well, that's
Who is
awesome.
also a bobsledder and
and
knows?
guinea pig.
We've got a lot more
Guinea
coming.
pig foster
we really
mom.
do.
I
We
mean,
haven't
it
even
doesn't
touched
end.
No, we've
She
scratched
was
the
a guinea
surface.
pig
Guinea
foster
pig
mom.
whisperer.
Guinea
know?
pig foster mom.
Yes.
No, or whisperer.
I was
No.
You weren't a foster mom. You were a real
You
mom.
were
You
adopted
do
mom.
adopt-
I
that
didn't
suffer.
foster her. I
Yeah.
adopted.
But she
That's
was
right.
old, wasn't she?
Well, they were.
Oh, it was they. That's right.
So we
they.
got there. I didn't want.
They're in
Okay,
pairs.
I didn't want guinea pigs. I didn't want them at all. But my daughter had lived up to her half of the bargain, which I didn't think. I mean, I set a high bar,
Didn't think it would ever
and
happen.
I didn't think it would ever happen.
That's because you're used to hanging out with people who have the bar low.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Just
she-
barely cover it.
She accomplished what
trip
she
over
had
the
to
bar.
do. And so I decided, instead of going to the pet store, that we would rescue a pair. And so they actually have a quite large guinea pig rescue in
Go
the
figure.
Who
DC
knew?
metropolitan area.
Nobody wants to keep them.
And so we go to the rescue, and they were showing us all these pairs of, because you have to get pairs.
They apparently they get lonely.
Then they bond with one another, I guess. So they're showing us all these pairs. And I leaned over to the woman and said, "What is your oldest pair that you have?" And she thought I was
Geriatric guinea
wonderful going for the old ones.
going for
when
the senior guinea pig.
I just knew my daughter would lose interest, and I didn't want to be changing a guinea pig cage for the next 25 years.
they don't live that long.
No,
do
they don't live that long, but
so,
still.
but we have to back up a little bit because I seem to recall that at the guinea pig rescue there were outfits.
Oh, there's always outfits for guinea pigs.
Yeah, but you need to explain this to our
Well, I'm trying to remember which
Listeners.
outfits.
So they come in like you. I think you said it was like Lenny and Squiggy or like
Oh
they
yeah,
come in
no, they have plenty. Like if
Danny and Sandy. Or,
people who are really into guinea pigs always dress them up. I have a neighbor who, like,
See, I did not know this
for
until you told
New
me
Year's
this.
Eve. Like she puts on a little party hat and a spilled glass of champagne, and she'll take a picture and post it on her Instagram of her guinea pigs. Like there's a lot of staging. Well, guinea pigs don't really resist
They don't do much.
pretty much anything. They can be very affectionate.
Really?
Ours were old, and the and the one we got came with pneumonia, which I found about a week and a half after we received them. And then, of course, you can't take a guinea pig to a regular vet; they have to go to an exotic pet,
Say,
which
guinea pig
are
vet?
a lot more expensive.
Oh,
and
why
so
they don't- that's
learn
why
that
they're
with the
all.
tortoise.
That's all.
Yeah.
Why they're all up for
Tortoise
adoption.
is the same.
Yeah, and so
really?
when you go there, they give you the estimate first, knowing that it's ridiculous, but they can't do it and then ask you to pay it. They have to show you what it's going to cost.
So
I went in, and Bandit had pneumonia, and the estimate for Bandit's pneumonia to nebulize him and various other things was about $2,000.
Whoa.
And I said, I just got him, so like
I'm not really invested.
I said, so
We barely know each
I said,
other.
if I took him home, what could I do to help him?
to ease his suffering.
Make him comfortable.
So I had to steam him twice a day. not like in a rice cooker. Not like in a cooker. I had to,
He's looking up picture of these bees.
Steamer, like steaming the wrinkles out.
I had to go in the bathroom and turn the shower on.
Oh, like he had the croup.
Yes.
Yeah, which is
And I had to
Joey
turn
a
the
lot.
shower on till it was all nice and steamy, and sit there with him and let him breathe in the steam. And then I had to syringe feed him this green goop. And gosh darn it, if Bandit didn't perk up,
He got.
and I was like, I am so good.
Go get more
$2,000.
Be like a guinea pig
I know.
caregiver.
Well, then
because for people that
Guinea
don't
pig
want to
guru.
pay the hefty vet bills, but don't want to steam the guinea pigs themselves.
Before you give me too much credit, he died about a week later. But
Oh,
but
Right.
for the last week of his life, he was perky and happy and not
that's
wheezing.
that's
So,
what matters.
There you go. We took care of him at
So
the
what
end.
was the other guinea pig's name?
Mr. Pickles.
Mr. Pickles. So how did poor Mr. Pickles? That must have been hard on him after Bandit died.
Well, it turns out that Mr. Pickles and Bandit weren't really a bonded pair, and we also didn't find that out till we got home.
Yeah, they was
they
just
didn't
like some-
particularly like each other, to be honest.
it's like thank God that insufferable Bandit.
I did think it was a little weird that they gave us two males.
Are they usually male, female?
Or but usually it's one, and they neuter, spay and neuter.
I was going to
them.
say they can if they give you male female. You
No,
have
they
like
usually
a lot of males and females.
No, and but these two did not like each other at all. So Mr. Pickles was not that sad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So how did he fare? What was the...
He did all right for a while, and then like most old animals, kind of got lumpy and was losing hair and spots, and it was I had to take Mr. Pickles in. By that time, I was the only one caring for Mr. Pickles.
Yeah.
As often happens with family pets, right? So, but he was, like when adults take care of a guinea pig, they usually, do a little bit better than when the kids take care of them anyway.
Yeah.
But I had to take Mr. Pickles in and have him, put to sleep. And then every time I went into Whole Foods and saw the wheatgrass, I'd shed a tear.
Oh, poor Mr. Pickles. Poor Bandit. Yeah. So that's
still
what they
wheatgrass.
eat?
Wheatgrass makes me verklempt.
Yeah.
Well, we all know how I feel.
You're like,
So we
whatever.
won't even go there.
But that was our short stint with the guinea pigs and the rescue.
Wait, I remember when you applied to rescue your guinea pigs, didn't they schedule a home visit?
Oh gosh, yeah. So
I remember sitting over there talking about it.
They wanted. It was harder to adopt these two old guinea pigs than have a baby. Like you have a baby and they go, okay, here you go, take it home, right?
Yeah, they don't know. They have no idea that you were like
there was
totally
there was
incompetent.
an interview process. There was paperwork. They wanted to do a home visit, and when they got to the home visit part, I went, look, I have a dog that's trained to hunt. Well, not trained, but bred to hunt small animals. So, and I have 3 kids, and I told them, this is what's happening when you come to my house. This is you're going to see. And they're like,
All of our outlets are uncovered.
Right? Yeah.
So if that guinea pig sticks his little hand in there,
and they gave in. They gave in. They said, okay.
They were like, okay.
I mean, really,
you
who are
were
they going to
honest.
get to
Who else wanted
know.
Bandit and Mr. Pickles? I think the answer is nobody.
I don't know. And if people are making the effort to go to a guinea pig rescue to be mean to a guinea pig, there's you've got bigger
There's
issues.
something wrong.
There's
Yeah.
there's bigger issues. But that was a fun.
So were there a lot of
Sometimes.
people at the guinea pig rescue?
There were a lot of people at the guinea pig
Is
rescue.
that and then?
but I don't
do
know.
they
if-
try to like outdo each other with their costumes?
I
and
don't
things
know
like that.
if
Is there a
it was
little
all-
competition?
Well, as it was an interesting group of people.
Interesting.
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 Take a drink.
Very interesting.
But it was pretty packed at the guinea. I don't know how many people were just there as part of the rescue
Or like
and
for
milling around.
gawkers.
Or
I
people,
kind of want to go to one now. Just to
I think we
people
should
watch
road
and
trip to that too.
Yeah,
We have
guinea
so
pig
many
watch.
places we need to road trip.
take photos and
Who's making the list?
But and if you go on the guinea pig rescue site, they'll show you all the available guinea pigs and give you a small bio.
oh really?
Yes, it's
So what's the difference between because they don't really do that much,
Mr. Pickles likes to have his tummy rubbed.
Mr. Pickles
Long
you
walks on
say
the
that.
beach.
long
If-
walks to the beach, wheatgrass.
they do
and-
guinea pigs. do this-
He's mountain over beach.
this thing where they jump up like popcorn. It's like pop, pop, pop. They jump
they
up and
do?
down and they squeak when they're excited. So they would do that. Like if I would walk downstairs,
That's so
they
cute.
would know. And
They
it
go, "Oh,
wasn't. It
it's
wasn't
Mom."
just if anyone walked downstairs. Only when the Puerto Rican Princess came to the basement.
Only the Puerto Rican princess
Did
gets a guinea pig squeaks. That's how you know you're really important.
And you can't really lose a guinea pig like you could like a hamster or a gerbil.
Right, yeah, like, I don't know
you
what
could put the
happened.
guinea pig down on the
Yeah,
floor.
they're big
and
enough.
They're really not going anywhere. The only thing I can say is any of those type of pets, in my opinion, view everyone as like they're predator.
Right. Yeah, because they're reaching in and grabbing.
you know, I
yeah,
mean,
that
so-
can't be comfortable for them.
It can't be
No,
comfortable.
in the poor little guinea pig's point of view, I empathize. That just
Yeah.
can't feel good.
yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I prefer animals outside of cages, just myself
In general.
and mammals.
yes.
No.
Well, our tortoise is going to be living with me forever.
Oh, that's true.
Ever and ever.
I have a good friend that she had to get rid of her tortoise, and they lived till like 100 or something.
Yeah, well, this one, when I adopted it for Eliza, I had to sign a thing saying that I knew it was going to live for 50 years and that I was willing to care for it.
Yeah. So
50 years, that's longer than I'm going to be here.
Yeah. Well, she ended up donating them to like a zoo or something, or
Oh, I don't
some
think a zoo's going to
animal
want Skittles.
society. Skittles, that's so cute.
Yes, well, Skittles shell cracked, and so that's how I know of the exotic
Pet vet.
pet vet. Unfortunately, it happened like the same week that like my marriage fell apart, so I really did have to get the tortoise fixed because Eliza was already losing a lot.
Oh, so how much is it to fix a tortoise shell? And what does that? What did they do? Like, how do they fix it?
So, well,
Like super
there
glue?
was nothing they could do. So it was like, except to tell us what we could do. So it wasn't super, super expensive. I think it was in the hundreds, but certainly not $2,000.
Yeah.
I think it might have been like $200.
In this grand scheme of vet bills, that's
Right.
nothing.
No, it wasn't bad. But we had to put betadine on it every day. She and Eliza had to bathe it every day, and we
Was
had
it
to get it.
painful? Did they know? Like, how
No,
did they know?
Skittles didn't tell us. She's very quiet. She's a little
Her
reticent.
slow screams at night.
Poor Skittles. How big is Skittles?
Skittles is about yay big. She's got personality though. She climbs on her little log.
Is she cute?
But she has to go outside in the sunlight. She needs vitamin D.
Oh,
Slow
okay.
screams. Okay, so
Poor Skittles.
poor Skittles. Okay, so does
Anyway,
it?
it healed itself.
Oh, it does.
But
It
it
kind
did
of
take about 6 months.
Oh, wow.
Oh, but it heals like a skin wound, sort of would heal. It actually has a.
Yeah.
Does Skittles have a scar?
Well, that's a good question. I have never, first of all, I can't really see very well. I'll have to now look back and see. I don't know.
We'll
She
have to-
might.
Because
Now we're all curious.
Might have a scar.
Because boy tortoises dig scars. So I was told.
We're not letting her around any boy tortoises. 'Cause
Oh.
one tortoise is really
One
enough
tortoise
for us.
is enough.
One tortoise is plenty.
Oh, that would be bad if you found an egg.
Again, she's not really around anything else. And we've had her for about 5 years. So it would be a miracle.
Well, it's happened apparently. No,
Yeah.
Okay, not my house. Not my house. If that actually does happen, my kids are now going to start going to church.
Oh, there we go.
And
There we go.
Catholic school and all sorts of things, and we'll go through with the confirmations.
Okay, so when Christine is gone at her next marathon,
Yes.
we're gonna stick an
find
egg
in Skittles' cage. Little quail egg.
That
You
would
didn't hear that.
really be funny.
I should have waited. I should have saved that for off air so that we could, and then you
Right.
could come
So I
in and you'd be
wouldn't
like,
know.
"Oh my God, there was an egg."
There's Skittles.
Praise Jesus. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Would a tortoise have one egg, or would they have like lots of eggs? I don't know.
Well, most turtles lay multiple eggs.
That's
But
what
she's
I
a
thought.
tortoise. What do
She's a
tortoises
Oh,
do?
I don't
don't know.
know. See, again, my
Tune in next week.
We did not even know that she was a she until we took her to the exotic pet
How
vet.
did they know?
It has something to do with the shape of their underbelly. I don't remember
Oh,
exactly.
okay.
They knew right away.
and the little tiny heels.
Yep.
Well, it's a good
She's a
thing
bit of a tomboy.
It's a good thing
And she had her Keds on.
Skittles is a gender neutral
Well, that's,
name.
I
Like,
think, why
it
Skittles
kinda
was a
works.
gender neutral
Yeah.
name, yeah.
Especially an animal you're not quite sure.
Yeah.
It's a good naming choice.
Yes, well, that was Eliza. It's Eliza's pet. She's in
And Skittles
Eliza's
is a
room.
cute name.
Yeah,
Like it.
Yeah,
Like it.
Yeah.
sure.
I suppose.
All right. Well, we all wish her
as
well.
Tortoises go. She's got personality and she's fast.
Oh yeah. I have a friend that I grew up with. It was like a family member, and she was the one that had to give her tortoise to the zoo because she was moving. But she was a personnel trainer, and she taught her tortoise to walk on a treadmill,
That's cool.
and it was very impressive. I can find video somewhere.
All right. Well, we
Yeah,
should
his name was
try.
Freddie.
Should try Skittles on
Frederick.
the treadmill. We've been trying to get Albert on there, but he won't go on it. But Skittles, we should try putting her
Skittles,
on
yeah,
there.
just put on really slow. And I don't remember. I'll have to ask her if she lured him with a carrot. He liked things that were orange, so like with a carrot maybe. I
Yeah,
don't know.
Skittles eats carrots and broccoli. Broccoli's her favorite,
Oh, okay.
and lettuce. But only like there's certain lettuces that she likes. She likes romaine. She's very picky.
Yeah.
It's a very picky tortoise.
She's very picky. She's better than the dog, who's been eating the same thing since we got him.
Yeah.
10 years ago.
I'm wondering if I need to switch my dog's food because she has eye boogers. Anyone? Is
That
there
has to do with food?
Yeah, I think she has allergies. She has like goopy eyes.
I think a lot of dogs have goopy eyes.
I don't think it has to do with their food. Why do you think it has to do with their food and not something like outside?
I don't know.
Or
Maybe she just has seasonal allergies. I don't know. I feel like
I just wouldn't
could be
think
her
that the
food.
food would make your eyes goop. Does
If
food
you're
make your-
allergic to it, I'm just thinking if she had some kind of
Usually, I think if they're allergic to it, they're
it's their
pads,
poop. Or their
Oh.
poop.
and they have irritable bowel type stuff.
No,
and-
she's fine with that. She's just, but she has goopy eyes all year round. That's what maybe wonder if
actually
it's the
my
food.
dogs do too. So
I think yeah.
Maybe you
Just
should
be-
both change their food.
yeah,
And let's see what happens.
You tell me what
She
food
has
you get,
salmon and sweet potato.
and I'll tell you if we have eye boogers.
So we had bison for dinner tonight, and that made me think as Lola was staring at me, and I gave her a little piece, and she liked it a lot.
And did the eye boogers disappear?
No, but it made me think. I was like, oh, at the pet store, I have seen bison. Maybe she's not allergic to bison. But then
I'm
I was
sure
like,
it's Googleable.
yeah, but I don't really want to pay for
Googleable.
bison.
We have a lot that we need to Google.
Yeah.
I think we should probably retitle this episode to some kind of pet.
Right.
We haven't
We've been
heard.
talking about
We
pets.
haven't. I don't know why we're talking about pets, but we haven't heard where you're going though,
Yes, we
Aaron.
Oh, I'm going to Florida.
Florida.
Yeah,
Florida.
I'm going to Marco Island.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, right. Oh, that's a nice place.
Oh, that'll be a
I'm
nice.
You
jealous.
fly into Fort Myers then? I think I asked you this before.
Yes, I will be flying into
oh,
Fort
that's
Myers.
where my sweet Dan man lives.
Yeah.
My sweet Dan.
And I'm so sure that if he listens to this, he'll be very glad that you called him your sweet
Yes.
Dan man.
Yeah, that's why I've always called him.
Joey won't even let me call him Joseph Michael at school. Nobody can know what his middle name is.
Oh.
So that's cool. You
Yeah.
can just sit on the beach and what's the weather
Yes,
like down
that
there
is
right now?
High 70s, low 80s.
Ooh, lovely.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Very
And
Little
there's
jealous.
no rain in the forecast.
And those
It's
beaches
gonna
are beautiful.
It's sand dollars and tons of seashells and glass. We're going to get some jet skis and go out on the,
Oh, fun.
yeah.
Oh, that'll be perfect. The kids will love that.
Oh, I know.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
So will I.
And they'll
counting
get
on
nice and tired, and they'll be out in the sun, and then they'll sleep.
I love the beach.
great. They'll have like the
Absolutely love the beach.
yeah.
I want nothing more out of a vacation than just to sit on the sand and do nothing for 8 hours. I love it.
I love it.
I like it, but I have to do
You cannot
stuff.
go on vacation with our former band member.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He will
Oh,
not.
right.
He
on the
won't
beach
touch
with
the
you.
sand.
Yeah,
This-
my brother's the completely he's opposite. He loves to do everything and anything. Like if we go to Puerto Rico, he's like, we're gonna do this and this and this and this. And
Yeah,
this
I'm
and this.
like
And
that. I'm like
I like
him.
a mix.
Just gonna sit.
I want to mix. I
It's not a vacation.
I definitely want to go do this because I like to explore, but I want some beach.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do some yoga on the beach. I found a place.
Oh,
like a
yeah, my
drop-in
sister
There you
does
go.
that. My sister
Yeah.
does that in the morning.
Yeah,
Sunrise yoga.
Yeah, this is at 9. So that's kind of perfect for me. I'm a morning person, but not like super early. But
So here's a question. This discussion brings up, in my mind, the beach is my ideal place. Eventually, Kirsten and I would like to move to
Somewhere.
The beach.
different Kirsten.
St. Thomas.
Oh yeah, you have mentioned that to actually move to
Kirsten.
St. Thomas.
I've been looking at
Oh yeah,
I've been looking at real estate in St. Thomas for a very long time, as well as St. John's.
Oh,
Are you inviting us all to come? Is this where this is going?
Party!
Yeah.
No, so my question is,
Yeah, well, it has to
that
now.
has been our plan all along, is to retire in a beach, St. Thomas, something like that.
That
That's been
sounds
our
awesome.
plan all along.
Right.
Where do you see yourselves retiring?
Well, I've always wanted to go retire in Hilton Head because that's where I've gone my entire life. That's the beach since I was 5.
oh,
Every year
Okay.
of my life. So
I've never
I
been
feel like
Nice.
it's a second home. And as years go on, we stay longer and longer and longer.
Oh, okay.
Having said that, with this real estate market as it is right now,
Oh, yeah.
houses that 5 years ago were $350,000 are now $1.3 million.
There's a
Crazy.
So, if we're going to wait,
the bubble is coming.
Yeah.
we're waiting just a little bit.
Yeah.
But I do like, and
somewhat.
it doesn't have to
Hilton
be,
Head.
but it doesn't have to be necessarily Hilton Head Island. I do enjoy South Carolina and the coast of South Carolina in general. Now, that is my
Right. Okay.
desired place to retire.
Okay.
My husband just wants to be somewhere where there's no state income tax.
Okay.
Connecticut.
So it limits you to
Texas?
Alaska, Texas,
Florida?
Tennessee, and Florida.
Okay.
So-
Connecticut has it now. They
Yeah,
didn't used to.
yeah. So he often sends me pictures of homes from Nashville or various
Well, your
places.
son
in
is there.
Florida.
Do you think that your son will stay down in Tennessee?
I don't know, and I'm sure they're
There's
they're
nice
lovely
places
but
outside
I
Knoxville.
too am a beach. I truly relax on a coastal. I'm sure, and Tennessee's a beautiful state, and Nashville and Knoxville and like all the cities I've been to are very cool. Not that but I kind of want a beach.
Yeah.
Beaches
know?
are nice.
Not me.
I'm a beach person, and like you said, I know people who we have good friends who hate the beach.
Yeah, I'm not a beach
Yeah.
person, but but I will walk on the sand. But I am
Not
not.
going.
You're-
But that's
that's
not
not-
your
yeah,
ideal
not-
vacation.
no.
So what is your ideal? Where would you be if you could move anywhere?
At this point, I don't know because it's who you're with and not where you go.
Oh, well, that's an interesting take. So
but
not
I'm
me.
not.
No.
I'm going somewhere.
I'm
Yeah.
going.
That's
And
because
you all can come.
We can all come or
That's
not.
because you all have
Yeah.
somebody to be with, so you don't have to think about the.
Well, not necessarily. Chris might move to Nashville, and I can go to South Carolina.
Right.
We'll visit each other.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, absolutely. We can get together in a couple months.
Yeah,
down
right.
where Chris is.
Keep in touch.
And we can live next door to each other.
There you go.
I don't. I used to always say I would love to go back to Central Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
and I do still really like Central Pennsylvania. However,
What do you like about it? I've never.
it's
haven't
slower.
spent a lot of
It's
time in-
beautiful.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's true.
really beautiful.
And people, I don't know,
People are
Pennsylvania
nice.
people are just nice people.
It's just
Salt
a
of the
slow
earth.
pace. It really
Okay.
is just a slower pace. You just don't feel
Yeah.
and it is really, and every time I go back to Bucknell, it's my happy place. It just is. I'm just happy there. That being said, snow is not my favorite thing anymore.
Yeah, there you go.
And I do like South Carolina, so I'm with you there. There's
Yeah.
very pretty places in South Carolina. Charleston's gorgeous.
Yes.
But I like Savannah too, and Savannah's closer to my family, so they'd be happy
Right.
with any of that. So I don't know. I just don't know. I've seen a lot of different places that I like, and I can say, gee, I could see myself living there. Gee, I could see myself living there. So it's really hard to say. I mean, I was in South Dakota and I loved it there.
True.
So I'm more a mountain person than a beach person,
There you go. All right.
for sure. I need someplace where I can go hiking and that would be accessible.
There you go.
But if I meet Mr. Right, and Mr. Right is from Wyoming, I can move to Wyoming.
There you
Wyoming,
go.
It just
Cool.
is more a.
Well,
Yeah.
and
I
I
want
joke.
that.
I joke, but truth be told, like you said, wherever the kids are, we'll probably. And if the kids are scattered, like my brothers and I scattered, look at Aaron's like, no, I don't care where the kids are.
Kids can come see me.
That's
Kids
it.
can come see
But
me.
that's
Yeah.
because your kids are still younger,
Yeah.
so you can't really picture the fact that at some point
They might
not
around.
be with you. Like
They're not going to be with me.
Leslie, Kirsten, and I are,
And they can come and visit me.
but we're in a different place of
Yeah.
now our kids are gone, and especially when I think about Bryn leaving, it's killing me. So I would want to be close enough.
There. Yeah. So you never know.
No, I can hop on a plane anywhere. I'm not totally, but I think that we will probably end up overseas somewhere.
Really? Interesting. Oh, I did it again.
You did, and I used to really.
Yeah.
Okay, so like Spain. So where?
We used to think Spain, but now we've been to Spain a lot. But now we kind of are into Portugal.
Oh,
Okay.
Portugal.
Portugal's
Portugal.
My father-in-law speaks fluent Portuguese. Portuguese.
Ooh, Portuguese. I know obrigado and obrigada because you change it. You say that's thank you, but if a woman saying thank you is obrigada
Oh, gotcha.
instead of obrigado,
It's a very difficult language,
but
Portuguese.
it's similar to Spanish, which I'm learning Spanish. I'm learning Spanish in my old age. So I took French in high school and
Oh,
college.
did you? I took Spanish in high school.
Spanish is a much more practical choice. When I was in high school, I thought, well, I'll be going to France all the time, so it'll really come in handy. But it hasn't really worked out that way.
That hasn't panned out the way you planned.
Well, I am going to France
What
this
made
year.
you think that you were going to be going to France?
Terrace, hey, it came around full circle.
We did it.
Well,
we did it.
Yes.
Good job.
And that's our episode
Good
tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, we did it.
Oh, anyway, go
Yeah, I
ahead.
was just optimistic. I mean, I went to Europe like the week after I graduated from high school for like 21 days. So I kind of thought that would just be a thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but then I didn't go for, I don't know. I guess that then I went back. Drew and Daniel were in elementary school sometime. We went to Switzerland and then the last 10 years I've been traveling quite a bit.
You have been traveling. You
Yeah,
always go
I like to
somewhere.
travel.
You just hop on a plane and go.
Well, I mean, my car's like 12 years old. Like I will drive like someone, as long as it runs, but I would rather
Spend
spend
your
money
money.
on going places than
Very
stuff.
nice. I would agree.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's kind of my,
Me too, but I want to see the United States first.
oh yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'd love to go see, I try to do like a couple of trips in the United States every year, like, shorter ones.
Right.
And then, something longer. It's like the last few years, it's been a little bit more, but,
Right.
but we went to Lisbon. I'm losing my voice because it's like the rain.
Yeah.
I get congested. Sorry, that's gross. But
You were talking about your dog's eye boogers.
Exactly. I've got the whole thing with phlegm tonight. I'm
Slightly
like, I'm
congested is
sorry.
not nearly as graphic as eye booger. So
Maybe you need
merely-
to change your food.
I need to change my food.
bison 24/7.
Yes, I need more bison.
Hey, that's
Maybe I'm
Bucknell's
allergic to
mascot.
bison, and that's why I'm like so.
Okay. Well,
Anyway.
if your throat closes, please give us a
Okay,
sign.
right.
We'll cut this short
Yes,
and
I'm like,
break out an
break-
EpiPen.
Yeah, the hospital's right down the street.
I'm mat trained. I can
Oh,
stick that
perfect.
EpiPen in your leg easy.
Okay, well, I'm.
I just don't have one.
Oh, well, that is
Right.
a problem.
well, there's the rub.
Yeah, there's a
We'll sticking point.
figure out
minor issue.
something. Anyway, but Lisbon is a beautiful city, and Portugal is not that expensive. It's one of the more reasonable places to retire in
Interesting.
the United States.
Well, then we'll
I
come
mean,
visit
sorry, in Europe,
you.
or-
That's all I need. You all go nice places, and I'll go visit all you. Nobody's going to come visit me in Lewisburg.
I'll come visit you. I like Central PA. You got to go
Say,
back to your
I
roots now.
I
and
almost
then.
said, "Where's Lewisburg?" So I wasn't gonna.
Central.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was Central PA.
Okay.
But well, actually, I would say of the places that I haven't been overseas, Spain is one I'm dying to go to.
Oh, well, I'll take you
I
to
would like to
Spain.
go to Salamanca.
I've not been to Salamanca.
I would like to go to Salamanca strictly because it is a frog-themed city.
Seriously,
Salamanca is a frog.
Salamanca means frog.
I think so.
Wait, this is the reason you want to go there?
Well,
So
Salamanca.
it's part of it.
I was doing my garden, and a toad jumped out at me, and I could pass on frogs and toads.
Really?
Oh, yeah?
I love frogs. I've always loved frogs.
I thought I didn't mind. Let me show you a picture of this sucker.
Yeah.
Because I was picking up leaves, and I think that's what it was. He's just scared me. Picking up leaves, picking them up. All of a sudden, one of the leaves moved. No, it wasn't a leaf. It was a toad.
Was this recently,
It
or
was
because
this weekend.
Oh, he came out of hibernation.
I was gonna say because it's been so
Oh, he's a
cold.
fat one.
Ooh, that's
Or
a
that
big
might be a
one.
she.
And huge. Well,
He's kind of lumpy too.
no.
Skittles.
He's big and lumpy. Skittles has a boyfriend.
There's going to be a lot more of them.
Okay. Well, I'm in the backyard getting rid of that sucker. He's going right over the fence.
Oh, I think he's kind of cute.
Fine.
They're
You
good
can
for your
come to my
garden.
yard and get. Again, you can come to my yard and get him.
I'll take them.
He scared the life out of me.
Oh, he's
and
fine.
and I'm not
Harmless.
usually afraid. Well, I stayed in the garden and continued, but I left him in his little
Oh,
She was brave.
section. I didn't realize that they camouflage themselves.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's how they survive.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, and he was pretty good at it.
Yes, he was, and he survived. I didn't throw him in the bag with the garden.
I, too, was out in the garden.
Yeah,
I didn't come across any toads.
That's pretty
Spiders.
early, honestly, for toads. Maybe you
yeah.
woke her up.
I would think that they
Well,
would
I
be
think
cold.
so. I think She, please don't be pregnant, was underneath the leaves because I was picking up the leaves.
She's probably taking a nap. She was probably still.
And
hibernating.
and to be honest, I thought she was kind of dead.
Oh,
And then she moved again.
And then she jumped out.
So she was still in hibernation
was still trying
mode.
to wake up. So then she can't be pregnant, right?
I don't know the
don't know.
gestation period of toads.
I don't know that much about toads.
I don't know
Okay.
if they.
Any of our listeners, if you're a toad expert, please call in 555-1212.
Go to our Instagram page and leave a comment.
Leave that
Let me
comment
know if
about
I should be
toads.
concerned.
That's right.
At least it wasn't a snake.
Okay, I'm with you on the snake thing. I can do so many critters. I just can't.
I can't do
snakes.
snakes. I would have been out of there if it was a snake.
I don't like snakes in the wild, but I told you I held a snake when I went to, so.
I can handle
yeah, I don't-
anything if it doesn't surprise me.
Well,
Yeah,
that's what it
well, there
was
you
about
go.
this. If I had seen her,
Him, her. Why
I
do you think
wouldn't
it's a
have
her?
been. She said it was a her because it looks fat and pregnant.
Oh, okay.
Or that pregnant was
All right.
implied.
That's why she's freaking out because she thinks she's gonna have a whole family of
It's
toads.
not the one.
You need
It's
water.
17.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
You
okay.
need water. Do you have water? Do you have a fountain?
Oh, a fountain? I do, but we don't know how to turn it on.
Nobody knows how to turn it on.
No.
He died. It was an old man, and he died.
I have a sprinkler.
And none of the adults know
No.
how to turn it
Toads need like water to put their tadpoles in.
Yes, they have to. They have to have standing
well, then
water.
maybe she'll jump her pregnant self over to the lake that's across
Probably.
She
yeah.
probably will.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, you don't need to call in. We are good. But
Yeah,
no,
no.
I would have been okay if I had just seen it. But it was
Yeah.
the fact that I picked it up unsuspectingly
And
as
did
I
it-
was putting
did she
leaves
jump
in a
at
bag.
you?
Yes. And this was my problem, which is why I don't like birds because they're so unpredictable.
So I was also working in my garden, and I rototilled the garden and then planted a bunch of irises and whatnot like that. So as I'm doing this, I take out all the rocks that are bigger than a pebble and I throw them in a big pile, and there's a big pile. So yesterday I was cleaning up the pile, and as I'm cleaning up the pile, I felt something, but my hands are full of mud and grime and crud and everything like that because it's been raining
Right,
lately.
right.
Yeah, a lot.
So I must have been my imagination because I thought I felt something prick me, but I know it couldn't have been. But
Right.
anyway, there's a big old spider on my finger.
Ooh, I
It
don't
was
like
probably
that.
about that big.
Oh, the big ones.
Ooh,
Yeah.
those
The
are
little
those
hairy ones?
Yeah, they're
I
like
don't like the big
and
meaty
it just
ones.
like caught me off guard.
Right.
Normally I'd be like, whatever, it's a spider. He's not gonna hurt me. He's not gonna bite me. He's not, whatever. It doesn't matter. But it was just kind of one of those moments where you look up your finger.
Yeah, I don't like to be surprised like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's the thing with a snake. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like them to surprise me in the wild. Like, if someone has a snake or they like, it doesn't bother me. Like, it's
the way they
controlled.
move.
I mean, that just freaked me out. But as long as they're not like, like I have a girlfriend that she said, she walked outside her front door and there's like a snake in her shrub, like right next to her front door. That would freak me out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
I had one on my porch.
this one time
Yeah.
At
when I was
band
in my
At band
20s
camp?
at band camp, when I was in my 20s, I lived on in the guest house of an old plantation house in Maryland. The gentleman who owned the house also had a bird collection.
Yes, I know.
And so this consisted of all kinds of ducks and swans and emus. I had 2 emus that lived right outside my bedroom window.
Were they like great, big, tall?
Great big,
Yep.
like ostrich looking.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Anyway, hundreds of birds on this property, which meant lots and lots of eggs, which means lots and lots of snakes.
Oh, I don't know about
And
that.
particularly black snakes.
Yep.
And they get very long and very
Yeah,
thick.
they're scary. Like they're harmless, but
They're harmless,
I
but
don't
they're
like,
gigantic.
they're too big.
And there were many times I came home from work with a snake like just crawling up my door
ooh, I don't like
because
that.
the birds would nest in the eaves of this guest house, this cottage that I lived in,
Uh-huh.
and there was only one door. It wasn't the
right.
safest. It wasn't the safest situation. It was in the middle of nowhere with this weird guy who had all these birds
And snakes
and I lived there
Yeah.
by myself.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
It
That
was
sounds-
well.
I don't
he
see a
had
problem with this at all.
truck in the driveway that said NASA.
Come on in, Leslie.
No, but like, so the reason I moved there was because there was a swimming pool and a tennis court, and I had free use of them.
Oh, except for
With
they
the
were full of snakes.
Yes, but
Snakes like swimming pools.
I also lived there since I was there by myself. It wasn't nearly as fun as I thought because like going to the pool by yourself isn't always. Playing tennis by yourself is not fun.
Playing tennis by yourself is overrated.
It's a little
Snakes
overrated.
don't have any hands. They can't. Snakes can't play with you.
Thanks. Yeah.
So,
Serve it over to the snake.
30, love.
well, the emus would fetch the balls. No, yeah. So, but the best part was one evening, I'm in my bedroom, and this teeny tiny snake. When I say teeny tiny, I'm talking maybe 3-4 inches long. Teeny tiny, skinny little snake goes slithering across my carpet, and I was like, "Cute snake!" And I took a shoebox and I scooped him up. And I was walking outside to, put the snake back
Right.
outside. And the guy happened to be outside. He goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "Oh, I caught a snake. I'm just going to set it loose." And he said, "Oh, let me see." And it was a cottonmouth.
Oh my God.
And
So it wasn't a cute snake.
apparently the young cottonmouths are worse than adults because their venom is concentrated.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God. That's
So-
horrible.
So you were lucky.
That was the next day. I was like,
I don't think
my
this
lease
is working
up.
out. Yeah. I don't know about
had
poisonous
enough.
snakes in my bedroom.
I'd had enough of nature and playing tennis by myself. So I moved. I did move.
It's glamorous as it sounds.
As
It's overrated.
glamorous as it sounds. I moved. Yes.
Wow. I'm telling you. Every week.
Princess of Puerto Rico.
What is coming next week is the question.
One never knows.
One does not
You,
know.
see, but you guys are, you've all had these
No.
life experiences.
No, we haven't.
No,
We
not
actually
you.
have not. No, we just don't remember them. We've blacked
I don't
them
remember
out.
anything. Yeah.
No, I was
It's been
actually
a long week.
saying to my friend the other day, the most spontaneous thing I ever did was one time when I was driving back from New York to Virginia, I stopped in Baltimore and watched an Orioles game. That's it. That's my spontaneous.
That's it.
That's right. We have a winner.
Wow. Wow.
That was rather spontaneous.
That's-
I'm telling you. I mean, that was like 4 hours, like totally unplanned. Yep.
One of the best things that we
Living
did,
on the wild side.
one of the best things my husband and I ever did that was spontaneous, and we didn't really plan it. But we, it was our first trip overseas, like in Europe, since we didn't even have the third kid, but since our other two were born, and we were in Zurich, and somehow just sort of by accident, it was our last day of, I don't know how long our trip was, we were there for a week or something. And, it's the last day and you're kind of wearing like the only clean clothes you have left, and very much looking like suburban American hoodie and capri pants and, golf jacket. Like we are as suburban American, mamby-pamby as we could possibly be. And we ended up in the largest outdoor rave in Europe.
Whoa.
Oh.
There you go.
Which was very fun, very interesting. It was funny because like they're all in costume, and it's
I
like
was going to say, maybe they were admiring your costume.
I think they were. We were kind of a hit because we did not blend, and it's like all the like naughty nurses and the angels with the big fuzzy boots. They're like, this is kind of before the really sexy Halloween costumes kind of became a thing here.
Gotcha.
But it was like, yeah, everyone, and like these guys with all these different like colored contacts, and we were like a conversation piece. I have some very funny pictures because we did not blend, and like all these like college guys are like, like having me in the picture because I'm like in my ponytail and my hoodie.
Nice.
They're like, it's like an American mom. Like, everyone get a load of this.
The sexy American mom.
Right? The not so sexy American mom. But yeah, they were like, it was so much fun. Yeah.
Very nice.
So we just kind of walked around all night and had a couple of beers and people watched. But after that, we were like, we're going back every year.
Haven't
But
returned?
we haven't gone. It was the Zurich Street Parade.
Oh,
It's like kind of
like the moussaka, the parade.
with the parade or the Puerto Rican Princess Parade.
The parade.
The parade. But yeah, that was one of the most spontaneous things that.
I was going to ask you earlier if you were a blender, like meaning.
No, not usually.
If
Well,
you tend to try to blend in with the.
I try.
It's not always successful.
I'm not very successful, but I try.
No, because when I lived in Italy for a bit, and
Well, you could blend in Italy.
well, they all thought I was French.
Oh,
Didn't they know you were Puerto Rican?
No,
they didn't know
They
you were
all
Puerto
thought-
Rican
Puerto Rican
princess.
princess?
Everywhere I went, they thought I was French. I'm hoping it wasn't because of my attitude.
We apologize to anybody that we just offended.
But in fact, and when we were in Venice and in the leather market. No, not in Venice, in Florence and the leather market. And I was getting it was the early 90s, late 80s. I was buying a leather jacket for my brother. They had great,
They have great deals.
great deals. So I was looking at jackets for one of my brothers, and this very, like you said, American looking couple walked in, and quintessential TV looking, like Hawaiian shirt. She's
Yeah.
wearing, a skirt and running shoes, and
Yeah, it's
just
just
being loud, and
Right,
the
ugly American.
yeah. And so the guy, I'm holding this jacket, and the guy says, I'll be right with you. He goes, but watch this. Because at that point I was speaking Italian. And so I spoke to him in Italian.
Awesome.
He just, right. And he knew my accent wasn't right on, but he thought I was from somewhere else in Europe. And he goes, watch this with the Americans.
Oh,
and
that's funny.
He sold them the same jacket I was buying for like 3 times the price.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you were undercover.
I was undercover because I wanted a cheap leather jacket.
That's a good reason.
Okay. Well, that's a
Yeah.
cool story.
Well,
That's true.
I'm just saying about the blending part.
So when Drew was 13, and he and I went to Rome.
Oh, I remember that
Yeah.
for a bar mitzvah.
For bar mitzvah. We had an awesome trip. But it was funny because, our friends that had the bar mitzvah, they were Italian. So, they all have dark hair. So we would go places with them. And here's this like redheaded mom and blonde kid. And like everyone, my girlfriend was laughing because she's like, everyone is hustling you. Like we were in the cab and they'd be like, oh, there's an extra tax. It's like an extra €3 to get dropped off at the Vatican. I'm like, no, it's not. But we had that mark there, like everyone just tried. And at the end of the trip, my son's like, how many people tried to hustle us? And I'm like, well, I mean, it's daily that I know of. Like, I don't know all the things that,
Right.
All the wool that got pulled over our eyes, but I definitely, even I could tell, like, we are an easy mark. But I didn't feel like in Spain for some reason. I don't.
You don't feel that way.
No. And I, in my very, very tiny bit of Spanglish, I can get by.
There you go.
Yeah. So.
I
But
think the world's a little smaller too.
maybe. I
Now.
mean, that was a long time ago, but yeah.
You're like, I don't know.
I've only ever been to England and the Bahamas,
Yeah.
and they spoke English in both places.
Well, that works out well.
That's worked out well.
Canada.
In Canada.
Although it was Montreal.
Oh, I'd like to go to Montreal.
I was 18.
Oh.
I was in high school. It was pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked it, but I was in high school.
There is a benefit to going places because when I first arrived in Italy, I didn't speak Italian.
How long were you there?
I was there for school. It was a school, not the summer abroad, but like a semester abroad type thing.
That's
But-
awesome.
But back then, when we were in college, they dumped you off with a family.
Oh, right.
Right?
Yeah.
And, you just sort of made your way. And I stupidly thought, thinking, well, I took Spanish in high school. I'll learn Italian.
It'll be so easy. Yeah.
And so we got there, and there were 4 girls staying with this lovely family, wonderful people. And they had twin daughters, Maria and Maria. And
Maria and Maria?
No, they were both Maria.
What? Like
yes.
Daryl and my other brother Daryl?
Yes.
I'm Larry.
I think
brother
like,
Daryl.
it was
My other brother Daryl.
Maria Grazia was one, and Maria, I can't remember the other Maria something.
my God.
They at
But
least had
both-
different middle names.
Yeah, they had both. They had
Sister
middle-
Mary Catherine, Sister Mary Louise, Sister Mary Christine.
and they had a son.
Daryl.
No, that
was Larry.
His
Larry.
name is escaping me.
Larry.
It'll come to me.
Marvin.
But anyway,
Mario.
they had
Mario.
They had a son that
Mario and Luigi.
was in the military doing his. They have to go to the military, right?
Yep.
Out of
I know,
college,
in
they have to do
Israel,
a
too.
couple. So he was off doing his military stint. So it was the girls, and then the 4 of us girls. So it was a house full of girls, and every night these people were wonderful, and every night for what we considered dinner. You know, their big meal was the middle of the day, but what we considered dinner was the meal in the evening. It was a little bit lighter. There was always 15 people there at the table. Like,
Wow.
it was
Like,
a
so
neighbor
your big
or a
Italian
cousin.
family.
Right. And there's always, all these people at the table, and you never knew who was going to be there from night to night. And it was, we were there in the warmer months. So it was like, we're always outside at this big long table.
Oh,
It was-
that sounds
It was really cool.
awesome.
And so, one night there were a bunch of young men at the table. I didn't realize till later, because this was still pretty early in the trip, that one was the son. He had come home because he had like an ear infection or something, and he had to go socialized medicine. He had to go to the hospital in his town.
Right.
So he had some of his friends with him, but they were like at the other end of the table, and so I didn't really talk to him. That's why I didn't even know it was the son. I mean, like, I lost in translation.
Yeah,
And there's so many people at the table. It's not like a small.
And so during the evening, the mother of the family came over to me and was asking me these questions. And I'm looking at my friends going, what did she say? And they're like, just smile and nod. And so we're all like, oh, okay, yeah. And we're all smiling and nodding. And then the evening's over, and the young men go away, and
This was Leslie's first marriage.
yeah, pretty much.
It
It was terribly close. So from that point on, I was helping around the house. I was helping in the kitchen. I was doing all kinds of, and we all thought it was just because I spoke Italian a little bit better than the rest of them at that point, and that she understood me. Or
So the others, there were other students?
there were other
Okay.
students, and
And
they were
didn't
not.
have to help
They
in the
didn't
house?
have to help.
Because they hadn't married the son.
Well, they hadn't agreed to marry the son, apparently, like I did.
You agreed to marry him?
Or at least have him court me, yes.
See?
And so what
If only you had me with you.
what made the situation worse is at one point, now remember, we didn't have cell phones, so I got to call my parents about halfway through
Okay, yes.
Oh, yeah. Back then, that was a big deal, like
Right.
long distance.
the long distance call. I got to call my parents about halfway through, and my mom said, I think we're going to come towards the end of your trip
Yeah.
and meet you, and we'll do a week or two as a family somewhere. And so I get off the phone and I tell this family that my parents are coming. They were very
Oh,
excited.
they're perfect. They'll be
meet
there
the
for the
husbands.
wedding.
My parents are coming. And it wasn't until the very end of the trip where I, at that point, was speaking rather fluently.
And
And
you realized you were engaged.
we were having this strange conversation about
The wedding.
Everybody was talking about what they were going to, it was getting close to the time to going home. And everybody was talking about what they were going to do when they left there. And I said something about, going back to school, and they were like,
You're not leaving.
No, you're not. You're going to Rimini. And I'm like, I'm not going to Rimini. Why am I going to Rimini? And they're like, no, you and I can't think of his name. This is
Antonio.
Did
terrible.
you even know? Did they just decide this, or did you ever talk to the boy?
Was
like
he
that?
cute? Is he the one that got away?
No, he's not.
Yeah.
I did not talk to him until he found. So, long story short, I realized I had made this huge mistake. I didn't have enough of command of the language to
Realize
talk my
that
way
you were-
out of it.
Yeah.
And so I went to one of my professors, explained the situation.
I think I'm
had
engaged.
him come and help talk to the family. Like, as I didn't want to, they
you
were
went
very
into-
good to me. I
and you
didn't
didn't
want to
want it to
insult
end poorly.
anybody or
Yeah.
offend anybody, right?
Absolutely.
These were
Yeah,
wonderful
that's
people.
really awkward.
It was very awkward, and I was all of 20 years old. What did I know, right?
Right. Yeah,
And,
no, that'd be terrible.
So the professor was very helpful. They were very understanding.
Good.
oh, thank goodness.
They were. The son was not.
He's like,
So he comes home
Brokenhearted?
like pissed off.
I mean, did you even talk to him
No.
at all?
no. So it wasn't like you were like leading him on.
no,
like,
I
yeah.
didn't even talk to him. And so,
So he was still at the other end of the table. Like you never really got to know him, but
he may have said hello, but I mean, it wasn't like we
So
had
how did
any.
you-
There was no relationship.
There was no conversation. Yeah,
How
we-
did you
Right.
know
You
she
were
was the
engaged.
Puerto Rican princess?
I was like, everybody wants to marry her. Everyone wants to marry the Puerto Rican princess.
So he was
She's the talk
probably
of the town.
promised something.
He was promised
And
something,
he was mad
and
now
he
that
was
he was-
probably bragging about it
Right.
back in the army.
Yes.
I got a
About
Puerto
his
Rican
American
Puerto Rican princess with a
right? And
big
so,
dowry.
so he came home and was like, upset, and then was trying to talk to me, and of course at that point I was just like, and I remember, I know.
I'm going across waters.
And I mean, we were getting on the bus to leave, and he's like standing in front of the bus. And,
Oh my gosh.
it was, yeah.
That's terrible.
Wow.
You can see I'm uncomfortable even talking about it.
could-
It was a very uncomfortable situation.
You should like
And now she
have
can't
a
go back
movie
to
about
Italy.
your life.
She so should. She so should. Oh my god.
So,
How about it?
yeah. So
we should combine all these scenes.
Massimo. His name was Massimo.
Oh, Massimo.
It came to me.
Massimo.
Massimo is a very
Wow.
But yes. So
Massimo. She's
How
sorry.
many
She-
stories she has in her.
they keep coming.
They do keep
They
coming.
keep
That
coming.
was like 4 stories ago that I said
I
that.
thought I'd heard all the stories. I thought I
This
had.
is one we have never heard.
No,
I'm just saying.
Puerto Rican
The
princess.
Puerto Rican princess.
We've touched on a few others, but that one, that's completely.
Yeah, that's a good one.
well, it's not. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't. That doesn't come up in conversation often. Not like guinea pigs. They come up in conversation all the time.
Well, obviously.
No, actually, no. It was just that you guys were there when
We
I
were
was
there during the
going
guinea
through the
pig
guinea
era.
pigs.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, we were
But,
not there for the Massimo era.
No, that's not something that
You discussed.
Yeah. You remember that time? No.
that time when I almost got engaged to that guy that I didn't really know.
Whose name I can't remember.
His name I can't
I
remember.
couldn't even remember his name. How terrible is that?
That's because
Massimo.
you've blocked it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your PTSD.
Now you can have dreams.
I know. I'm
not
gonna have to go
Let's
home.
look up Massimo.
Explain
on
this to
Get
my
on the
children.
bus. Get on the bus. Run him over.
Kids,
Really, that would be quite the movie.
mommy has another husband.
What would we call the movie?
I have no idea. You'll have to
The
work
life
on
of
that.
the
Puerto
life of
Rican
Leslie.
princess, and then she went over
The life of
to
Leslie.
study overseas. Broke
Um,
poor Massimo's heart.
yeah. Stumbled? Is that the name of my
Stumbled.
I just stumble into things.
Stumbled.
The stumbling princess.
Yeah. You guys don't have these things happen to you? I'm
Again,
so weird.
I went to see an Orioles game. That's it.
I mean, there are things.
I think you do have
I had
things.
some
that
weird
have
stuff, but I don't think I
happened
can
in
compare
life.
with you. I don't know.
I just
Like things
don't.
that are just part of your story
My fabric.
that are just
Not me.
a little.
Christine,
I
not
am
me.
really strictly very boring.
They're very interesting.
very
Interesting.
boring. I don't. Sorry, people.
But you're still interesting.
I did run 100K in 24 hours
Right, right,
Yeah, that's
right.
There's-
Yeah.
That is
There's that,
That's
see?
no joke.
at the age of 51.
It's just that your accomplishments are more purposeful. Mine tend to be a
Measured.
surprise.
Right, right.
You might be stumbled. I'd be measured.
Yes,
That was an
exactly.
adventure.
That like you've put some thought into things, or
Right,
mine just
right.
I
It's
suddenly
calculated.
go yes
Calculated. I like measured better.
measured. Mine are sort of like oh crap.
Right. What,
And
what
that
have I got myself into? Okay.
Now I know better.
This is
Goodness
interesting.
gracious.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Maybe my second half will be a little
go.
more exciting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's it. I mean, you have to create adventures for yourself.
I do. They just don't always end up quite as good as Leslie.
Do you, I mean, like, it's not, I wouldn't say that was a good adventure.
Well, it's also
Interesting story.
Interesting.
Could
It
have
is.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Story.
You wouldn't give it up. Well, that part of it maybe, but the rest of it.
No. I wouldn't give it up because all these things make you who you
now-
are.
That would
Because
absolutely.
now
I
she has a home in Italy.
I just understand now that like it does help me with my kids in that
Yeah.
sending them away to college and those kind of things. I know they can't possibly stumble into more things. Well, they could,
Right.
But
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not going to be surprised when
Yeah.
they stumble.
no. I'm
Right. And I don't want to control that because
No, you
I'm
can't.
who I am because I had all these weird things happen to me.
Absolutely.
yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
very
and it's-
possible in that van they just stuck a chip in my head and this is all an alternate universe.
Simulation.
This is just you guys aren't even here. This is not happening. It's like one of the I'm still in the van
The NASA van.
down by the river.
Oh, Lord.
Oh my gosh.
Well, we've been on many adventures today, mostly mine. Sorry, I was talking a lot tonight. I was
Sorry,
very
no, you had
talkative.
some good stuff
You
to
too
say.
have some good stuff.
Yeah,
Many adventures, lots of places.
There'll be a lot more in the future.
Maybe we should
Yeah.
actually go to Paris.
We should.
I've never
I
been
would
to
go.
Paris.
I've never been to Paris.
I've never been
Well,
across
clearly I
seas,
haven't
so,
either. Oh, you've never even been across that way. Okay.
No. I've
See,
been
I
down
did do England.
and west, but never across
Never
the pond.
overseas.
I'm still trying to hit all 50 states.
So how many states
I've
are
got a
you?
couple to go.
Have you counted?
You have a couple to go. Yeah, I mean, I have run in 23.
Wow.
Have you been to Iowa?
I have not been to Iowa.
I've been through Iowa. Never
But,
been
oh, wait, I do have an Iowa story.
Do okay.
Our middle school Odyssey of the Mind team made it to the World Championship, and it is held in
Ames, Iowa.
so they're
my
going to Iowa.
hometown.
They're going to Iowa in June.
Oh, they're going this June.
So maybe I'll chaperone them.
You should. That's my hometown. I could like tell you
Actually, I
all the
think
places
it's
to
May.
go.
That's cool.
So anyway, that's my
Yeah,
Iowa
they
story.
have the Odyssey of the Mind worlds there.
Yes, that's where they're going.
yeah. Cool.
That's our little team.
Well,
So maybe you can chaperone
I
them.
can.
I can't chaperone them. It's finals week.
When is it in June?
It's May. It's the last week of May. It's like right after Memorial Day. I'm sorry about the pounding. I will try not to do it.
You do you. I edited it out. It's all good. Yeah, I
It was
know.
very spontaneous
So
and
New York.
unmeasured.
It's just so
Huh? How
crazy
about
of
it?
me.
You let
me.
loose. You let loose, and we're all the better for it. Except for Aaron, because he has to
Except
edit
for
out
Aaron,
the
who has to
pounding.
Like,
Yes, and now our listeners won't even know because it's edited out.
Oh yeah, they won't know
Yeah.
why we're talking about.
So
the
just
editing.
imagine
table.
what a little
some
pounding
creep
on a
in there.
table
Some
sound
creep in there.
like.
It's part of it.
Yeah. Oh, now Kirsten does it.
Kirsten's getting in on it.
Now
So
they're
I
just
have to
messing
ask-
with
so,
you.
okay.
That's my drummer. See?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, you have
So
to
I have to
ask me.
ask, how many of the 50 states have you been to?
So, well,
have you counted?
I've run in 23. I think I've visited more than that, but I'm not totally sure. But I'm trying to run in each.
Right.
Yeah.
So actually
I have a friend that did
visit
that.
the state.
And then I visit while I'm there.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's good. That's
That's
good.
You need
good.
one of those maps with the pins.
I do
Yeah,
have one
right?
of those masks with the pins, and I pin and I put my race and my time
That's
too.
cool.
Awesome.
that's
What a
very
great
nice.
idea. That's very cool.
So when I was younger, I'll just say younger, my father, after he retired, got a job as a Delta attendant person that
Right.
takes baggage and whatnot like that. And through that, your family members get free airfare.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
So while my father worked there, my brother would spontaneously call me on a Tuesday morning and be like, hey, what are you doing today? Teaching. Why? No, you're not. We're going to Atlanta.
That's
right.
cool.
That's cool.
So, see,
And it would
because I
happen
know I
all the
have more
time.
states than I've run in, because I've done, I haven't run in New England except Massachusetts, and I've been to all those states.
oh, okay.
So how many states? What are you up to?
Oh, geez. I see. There's
What are you missing?
There's a bunch of them. I'm missing, like Utah.
Oh, God, that's one of my
Utah's
favorites.
beautiful.
See, I know. I really
Yeah.
want, and I've
Dolly trip to Utah.
did, like Mexico
That's
or New
where
Mexico.
Hold on. and you can finish this, but that's where my little Grand Circle Trail Fest that you guys are coming and
Oh,
camping,
right. We're
is
camping,
there. So
right.
you will be doing
Okay,
that.
Right.
we can knock out all
So
those
it's mainly,
states.
for me, it's the corners. I have not been to, well, it's those corners, the 3 corners.
Okay, and I've probably been to those, but not some of the I haven't been to a lot of the Midwest.
See, when I was 18, I did a big circle around the inner, did like Yellowstone and all of that.
That's cool.
See, I've never done any of those.
Oh, it's
It's neat. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's
Yeah,
absolutely we're
breathtaking.
talking about South Dakota and the Badlands and
South
whatnot.
Dakota.
Oh, I'd
That's-
love to go to the
It's
Badlands.
Very
beautiful.
pretty.
It's absolutely
And the people
just,
are very nice.
Yeah, it's wonderful country, and that's why I want to go up to Utah because that just is like whoa. It's
Utah is gorgeous. Jack and I are doing Montana in June.
Oh, I love Montana. It's one of my favorites. Yeah.
Arizona is really pretty too.
See, I've not been.
Yeah,
I like
Arizona's
New
really pretty,
Mexico. And yeah.
too. I haven't run in New Mexico.
My best friend lives
Idaho. Idaho is beautiful.
Okay, my best friend lives in Los Angeles, and I flew out to Las Vegas, rented a car, and drove to Los Angeles, and we stopped in like a ghost town and spent like the day there.
neat.
and
Like the Brady Bunch.
It was great.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Ooh,
and
speaking
I
of
got
which-
locked up.
I saw the world's largest chest of drawers
Where was
on
that?
Tuesday.
Wait,
On Tuesday. Whoa. Where were you?
And is this
story
was this,
time.
Was this at Coastal Carolina next to the fountain?
No. This
Gather
is-
around, everyone.
This
Gather
is at High Point, North Carolina.
Oh, that's
It's
where
a
all the furniture.
capital.
Right. So
Yeah.
we were early and didn't have anything to do.
Right.
And so I looked up things to do in High Point, North Carolina, and it said the largest chest of drawers. And,
And
we went and
how
we
large
visited
was it?
It was large.
Okay, so we're thinking this probably is, in fact, the
large
largest
as in like
chest of drawers.
wide or tall?
Both.
Both. It was like
And deep.
2 stories tall.
Wow.
Chest of drawers.
Really?
Yeah, but
Why?
Where was it?
It
in a-
wasn't, I don't believe it was a working chest of drawers.
They didn't have,
Because
like-
the guy
Well,
died
Chris-
and nobody knew how to work it.
nobody knows how to open them.
Nobody
The
knows how to
guy,
open
the old
these
man
drawers.
died.
Nobody
Oh,
knows
it
how
wasn't
to
just a
open
guy.
these
He was an
drawers.
old man, and he built it, and then he died.
How dare he?
He built the chest of drawers and then died. And no one had the key except there are 2 socks sticking out the front. I'm not lying, there are 2 socks. They are fiberglass socks, but they're socks. And they're sticking out the front.
So this is 2 stories wide,
And it's-
tall,
what is it,
and
just a statue?
depth-wise. Is this
Is it
just is
inside
this
a
just
building, or is it
I
a
believe it. I
freestanding
believe it is
drawer?
proportionate. It was, but it's out. It's like the front.
Did you take a picture?
Chris did. I should have had it. And if
I
my
mean,
phone,
like,
my
why
phone
would you
doesn't work in
not?
here, or I'd have him. I'll
Send
have
me
him
a
send it.
picture and I will post it to our
Okay.
Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Please
I'll
do.
post it. And so, yeah, you can look it up.
I'm
World's
looking it up
largest
right
chest
now.
of drawers.
If I could see.
And there's 2 socks sticking out the front.
You can post my pregnant toad.
I can.
Yes.
Actually, please do.
Well, now that I know that we have an Instagram account, because
Okay,
I didn't
hold
even know
on.
that.
I'm
Please follow us
World's
at the
largest
set
chest
list
of
of
drawers.
life.
You know what? We can have a name the toad contest.
There you go.
Name the toad and all her babies.
Oh, stop it!
Oh, look at this.
Here, stop. Look, that.
There it is, the world's largest chest of drawers with 2 socks sticking out the front.
Oh, it's like just by itself.
It
Well,
kind
there's
of reminds
a building
me,
attached to the back of it.
Okay.
It kind of reminds me of that the clock on Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, or yeah. But that's it.
Cogsworth.
Yeah. Cogsworth.
But I'll send you the. Chris took a picture. He was
Okay.
very excited, as you can imagine.
I'm sure.
Ava and I discussed this on the trip that Chris, he lives life to the fullest. He's very excited about everything, which is one of his more endearing qualities. It annoys her because she's 16.
Yeah,
but
that's hard.
All the better.
Yeah.
All the better.
Yeah.
'Cause,
I'll
you know,
get her
he
to
gets
She'll
so
ham
learn
it
to
up.
appreciate that one day.
Yes, he gets so excited about seeing the world's largest chest of drawers. So
She's like, Dad.
There's a picture of David Gilmour with his daughter, and he's got his guitar over her shoulder, and she's sitting there looking at the camera like, Dad.
Dad.
could you be more embarrassing?
It is like,
Yeah, that's so funny.
sums it up perfectly, and you're like, oh,
Yeah, I feel your pain.
If you only knew.
if you only knew.
She doesn't care. He's her dad.
Yeah.
He's not the Pink
Yeah.
Floyd guitarist.
Yeah.
Okay, that may have sound. The first time I tried to sound it, it didn't sound.
But yeah. So that was exciting. And now, well, everyone will get to share. If you can't wait, you can Google it. But if you want to go, I'll send Aaron the picture Krista.
Yep.
You'll have to wait for Christine's toad because that is not Googleable.
No, it is not.
Yes.
And it's not on
And we'll
Instagram
take
yet because I
pictures
don't
of
have
all
Instagram.
the babies.
Stop it! Stop it! Only if they're in your yard.
I don't mind.
They're good
I
for
like
the garden.
toads.
I'll take them.
Can I?
Actually,
know?
that's next. That's
I
2 weeks
know
from now.
snakes are okay too, as long as they stay under my porch. I'm cool with them.
I want snakes.
Once they come out from under my porch,
Do you have them under your porch?
I'm sure I probably do because I don't see mice. So my guess is there's probably and absolutely because when I was mowing the lawn last summer, one of them came slithering out at me.
Oh, I don't like that.
That was the day that the snake came slithering out at me and the bird dive bombed my head and I was done. That was it.
That's enough yard work for today.
Thank you very much. This lawn does not need to be mowed. Or I have 4 teenagers and one of them can take care. Yeah, that was not that bird. It was the bird. The snake
It was
scared
the
me.
bird.
The snake scared me, but he was in his
Damn
little living
birds.
environment. But the bird, straight for my head.
Was it a crow? Did you do something to make it mad?
No, I was mowing
Crows
the
are smart
lawn.
animals.
I just scared the Jesus out of me. Why? That's not very nice.
No. I was referring to a previous podcast.
podcast where we talked about
The crow that attacked you was very smart.
Yes, okay.
I can see how you would take that the wrong way. In hindsight.
saying.
But no, we were referring to an earlier
I was just having
podcast
some
where we
fun.
talked
I
about
got
crows.
you.
No.
I got you. We're all good. We're all good. I love you, people.
Okay, before we wrap this up, I just want to say one of the frog babies or one of the toad babies must be named Massimo.
Can't we just name the toad Massimo and assume it's a boy? Just a fat boy?
No.
Massimo's the baby.
So again, this is why we need any toad experts to call in at 555-1212 or whatever we want to call it.
Yeah.
$5 for Sue. And just weigh in and let us know if that toad looks pregnant.
I'll research it when I get home.
And if there's anything I can do to make that not happen.
Very good.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
on that happy
All
note.
right.
Thank you for listening.
It would be
yet
the
an-
toads. It's Massimo and Mr. Pickles, and
Oh, and the
Bandit,
Puerto Rican Princess.
and the Puerto Rican Princess.
Skips.
We got lots and Skittles. We got lots
Skittles,
of names.
yeah.
See, it needs to be a pregnant female because we have all these good names for the babies.
Yeah, for the babies, the baby.
But all
frogs.
those names have been used.
Well, that's the thing. We're all
But we're
referencing.
honoring them.
We're honoring
Honoring the Puerto Rican
all these
princess.
moments,
Okay, again,
the moments of our lives.
then that toad
These
can go visit.
toads are the
That
days
toad
of our
can go
lives.
live at Aunt Leslie's or Aunt Kirsten's house.
I'd be
Or
happy.
Uncle Aaron, since he seems to think they're good for the garden.
They are. They're great for the garden.
That's fab. Not like 20 of them, though. Like, we need to find out how many babies they have at a time.
Oh, lots.
Yeah, I don't like that. Don't like that. Thank you very much.
But it's okay because there's no water. You need water. Tadpoles.
yeah,
I thought
So
frogs
it's
had
frogs.
babies.
It's not toads, is it?
but they still lay eggs, and
They
the
do.
eggs still
They
need
still have
moisture.
tadpoles.
So, I mean,
Are we sure of this?
No.
I mean, wouldn't
Kirsten,
the
no.
toad need water too? Why is the toad not by water? I'm not so sure I trust you people.
Okay, there's going to be a flurry of texts tonight. I already know this.
Okay, well,
lot
just so
of
we all know,
I
I
can
am getting up
absolutely
very
tell you.
early to take Brent to UVA. So if you're texting and I don't answer, it's because I have my
There's
notifications
going
turned
to
off.
be at
you're not
least
going to sleep
10
thinking about
texts.
these toads.
Because that's going to be my biggest worry.
Yep.
It'll distract me from all the rest of the mess of my life. Oh, goodness gracious.
This has been the set list of life
I'm not happy
with
now.
the former bandmates of Jelly Pursuit. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Good night. Bye.